We are live. Oh, look at this. Okay, straighten it up a little bit here, huh? All right. What am I doing? We got some croissants. Look at these. Nice and fresh. From the market district. Uh-huh. Turn these into little sandwiches.
need some cheese now. So what we are making is ham and cheese croissants. Croissants. So what we do, I'm using this right here, which is the buffalo wing cheddar. So this is ham, buffalo wing cheddar. That these are all the right ones. Look at that, perfect. And these are great because these are so easy to make. Just a little ham and cheese in a croissant. Those. Let's turn the oven on here. And so we'll go 375 with these. And if you bake the croissant, you have to make sure you have an egg wash on top of it, or else it will burn. So, where the hell are my eggs? What did I do? Okay. Oh, what's cracking, Julio? How we doing today? Can you hear me well? Can you hear me good? Can you hear me now? Are we making some croissants with ham? I've got a little spread right here to go with it. Basic, nice and simple, nice and easy, grab and go croissants. Now, how are we doing today? How's everybody doing in there today? I'm using these free range. You can see these ones. The happy egg. You gotta be happy. Okay, I love bread. Okay. You know I love bread too. That's the thing. I would hate to be gluten free. It seems like such a stressful life. I mean, let's be real. You got the mancinis. Got the croissants, but in order to do these right, you have to crack an egg, because you don't want to put these in the oven directly as is, because they will burn. So you have to crack an egg and use the egg white. Let's see if we can separate this here. So if you've ever just tried to separate an egg white, you could do this method. If you've seen from some of my other videos, there's actually this device that separates the eggs, but this is so much quicker. But just make sure you wash your damn hands. All right. Now, how we doing today? You're a good cook. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. We try. I try. I was a sous chef for 10 years of my life before I became a personal chef and started the healthy Yinzer business. So I got a couple years under my belt. I was looking for these tools that I don't have. Oh, I appreciate it, Julio. Come around. I'm starting to do a little bit more of these live streams, cooking, training, trying to live a overall healthier life. And me getting out here allows me to talk to you, right? As I can make videos, but it's not the same. I can't connect with the people. I can't show my personality. I can't. So I come on these live streams and go from there. But I'm still looking for this pastry brush. I have no idea where it's at. Whatever. Whatever. So we got the egg whites in here. I don't know if you can see that. Give it a nice little stir with the spoon. And I'm using the back of the spoon and I'm coating the top of this. I would pour it on there, but it doesn't work like that. Unless you want it all over your cutting board. And the reason you're doing this is because this gives it a nice crisp. If you've ever gotten like a croissant from the store, from a French bakery, and you get that nice crisp on top, it's because they do a nice little egg wash on top of it, and it gets that nice crispy crunch that we're all looking for. Now let me know in the chat, are you a savory croissant or a sweet croissant? Do you like chocolate, almonds, or do you like it with cheese and ham? Eat one, please. Let's see. Take a bite. But you can make this pretty easy, right? You could do this pretty simple. I'm looking. So I'm in my client's house and I don't know where everything is. There we go. So there you go. Take a bite. You're full now. You're ready to rock. Now you're ready for your day. So putting these on a pan, and I'm really just going to cook these for 3 to 4 minutes in a 350 oven. Also, I have over here are these breakfast burritos. These have sausage, egg, cheese. Pretty simple. What we're going to do with these is we're going to actually freeze them in the freezer. So let them cool down a little bit, and then yeah, freeze them in the freezer. Hey, peace. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you on. Come by next time. I'm usually here on Fridays. I should probably mention that on my stream, or put that on my channel banner on YouTube. Live on Fridays. It's been like 4 weeks we've been consistent cooking on Fridays, asking questions. And again, you know, a lot of my subscribers have come from my broken ankle videos, and so I appreciate you. My ankle hurts like hell right now, so that's why I'm kind of leaning into it, because I am not leaning on my left leg. But yeah, talk to me. How's everybody doing in there? And actually, has anybody ever heard of buffalo wing cheddar cheese? Look at this shit. It's like pepper jack cheese, but like cracked out. It's buffalo wing cheddar. If you have this at the store, I recommend. Now, I don't care what diet you want. Eat some damn cheese, and eat some buffalo wing cheese, because this stuff, they did a little too thin. Like, look at that. Like, I like thin cheese, but come on now. You really need. It melts in like 2 seconds. But that's besides the point. All right. So first things first, we got to do a garlic butter. So if you're here, let me know in the chat. Do you know how to make a garlic butter for, like, you know, obviously garlic bread? You love cheese? I love cheese. I'm Italian. We gotta eat cheese. But we're gonna I'm gonna show you how to make the best garlic butter you'll ever make in your life. So let's get it. The first thing is you need a container, right? And the second thing is you need some damn butter. So you can't make garlic butter without butter. So what we have is, sometimes these butters, they have, you can see how much you're using. I am using 3 tablespoons. Actually, let's go 4 tablespoons. So 4 tablespoons, and this is softened butter. So I've had it sitting out for roughly like an hour and a half. So you can see it's soft. It's not real soft, but it's soft enough. So you need black pepper, roasted red pepper flakes. Damn, I barely have any, but use the rest of this. The secret ingredient to a good garlic butter: onion powder. That's what you're missing. A little bit of white pepper. And, because I like to cheat, I use a garlic that's already minced. Don't yell at me. I don't have time to be sitting there trying to get the damn skin off those garlic bulbs. But essentially, let me move this so you can see. Go eat. So we have the butter. And I mean, if you're like me and you're Italian, or if you're not Italian, you like garlic, just dump a little bit in there, right? We're not looking for any particular measurement. But what we are doing, onion powder, say about a tablespoon. White pepper, another tablespoon. Actually, like a teaspoon. White pepper is a lot different than your traditional black pepper. It's red pepper flakes, garlic, and a couple twists of black pepper. And then we're going to throw some seasoning in here. So I don't know if you've ever seen this at the store. This little garlic, herb, black pepper. These little cheater blends. This is one of my favorite ones. And I always like to just throw a little dash of that on top just for some green. And then let's put it all together. So that's real. Okay, maybe it's not soft at all. But essentially, that's your garlic butter, right? Because once this starts stirring, yeah, so I recommend make sure it's soft. Because this is way too hard. But yeah, like you can see what we're doing right here. Look at that. And so this, perfect, like if you're doing steaks, basically a compound butter right here, but essentially steaks, fish, garlic bread. What are other things you could do with garlic butter? Noodles? Let me know in the chat. What do you do with garlic butter? What do you do with garlic butter? You eat it just like this? That'd be gross. Alright, so we have that. Let me get ourselves together so that now we gotta make a garlic bread. If you're from Pittsburgh, if you're not, this is our favorite. This is like our go-to bakery. Mancini's Bakery. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. If you ever go to Pittsburgh, or if you're from Pittsburgh, you know all about it. Some of the best bread, some of the best Italian bread. So let's put the bread over here, and I'm gonna make probably about 6 of them. We'll see how many of them. Let's bring this over here so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Look at that. Now I don't know what the hell they were thinking. What kind of bread is this? That's like literally. That's like Italy. That's like the boot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just high. But. All right, so let's see this hard, softened garlic butter. And the reason why you want to make sure it's softened, so this doesn't happen. Rips right through. But I won't tell anybody. Be gentle with it, right? When you're making garlic butter or you're making garlic bread, don't just jam in there and start smearing all the butter all over it. Nice and soft, right? Be gentle. Be gentle to the bread. It's not like a Bob Ross, the happy little trees. But just make sure that you cover the whole damn piece of bread. There's nothing worse than getting garlic bread and like the middle is completely saturated, but the sides don't have any love to them. So make sure everything is covered. And I mean, you act like I might have done that before. Look at that. That is completely covered, completely cleaned out. 4 tablespoons of butter to 3 pieces of bread. That's the that's the ratio. But now, just like with every garlic butter, you gotta put cheese on it. I just saw some cheese that was from May 2023. Wasn't green. Cheesy garlic toast, yo, let's go. Yep, Now hopefully if you rewind a little bit, you'll see what the secret ingredient to a cheesy garlic bread, or to a perfect garlic butter. If you didn't, I'll just tell you anyways, because it's sitting right here. It's onion powder. If you don't like onions, it's not so secret anymore. But again, just like I was talking about earlier, right? Make sure you cover the whole piece of bread. Don't just have cheese in the middle and then try to go bake it like that. No, don't be an asshole. Put cheese over the whole thing. Because once it melts, you get a fresh melt everywhere. Bingo. Look at that. Alright, so essentially what we're going to be making with this later on, maybe in the stream, maybe off stream, I don't know. How much calories does it have? We're not worried. We ain't looking at it. We don't want to know. Essentially, a lot. Actually, you know what? Let's see. I'm actually kind of curious. So one slice is 70. So one slice of bread is 70 calories. So we have 70 calories. Let's see. 1/4 a cup of cheese is 70 calories, believe it or not. So I'd say that's probably like 3/4 of cheese combined. I'd say probably each piece with the butter, probably like 125 to 150 calories, if I was being correct. Probably in between that range. And if you think about it though, if 1/4 a cup is 8 grams of protein, you're probably getting about 4 grams of protein, 5 grams of protein. Now it's not like a Fairlife protein shake. It's not the most macronutrient dense, but it tastes good. And then we look at these. This is like, I feel like I'm in like Martha Stewart's oven, so it's like, all right, now look. So these what we made earlier. These are the croissants with ham, savory croissant. Ah, that's hot as hell. Damn. So we're carbing over here. We're carb loading. But essentially what we're going to do with this garlic bread, I'm going to let it sit aside because essentially I'm going to be making scallops, like a shrimp scampi, but scallops instead of shrimp. And this is going to be the side. So there's no reason to ever cook your bread first. You always cook your bread last and serve it hot with your meal. So this is prepared. We'll let it sit away. Then we'll get started on some other things. Now, how we doing? How we doing in here? How's everybody doing today? Probably shouldn't lean on this, but fuck it, why not? Everybody enjoying their Friday? Any special plans? Give me one of those garlicky toast. Well, bro, I gave you the secret to the garlic butter. You know what I mean? I gave you the secret. You just got to make it yourself. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, I got so much cheese, it would have burnt the shit out of this pan. Damn. Actually, you know what? That cheese is the low-fat cheese. But here we go. This is the real classic Barilla protein pasta. Bro, it's uncooked. I want those cheese melted. Oh, you know what? Let me show you. I'll get you one in the oven just because you're here. Damn, it's hot. I'm gonna try to use that reheat. All right, so I don't know if you saw that, but this was the same pan that the croissants were on that I just took out of the oven, that I tried to grab bare hand. What am I doing? Don't recommend that. Don't recommend that. And I tell you what, I've been cooking for a better part of, 34. I was like 18 in a restaurant, 17 in a restaurant. My fingertips are burnt. Like, I used to have no hair on my arms because of working in the kitchen, just over the stovetops, just cooking. Once I got out of the kitchen, I started growing all this crazy ass hair. I mean, it's over my tattoo, but actually it doesn't even grow over here anymore. But what are you gonna do? Alright, so I got that cheesy bread in the oven. So let's talk about this. Look, a lot of people don't want to eat pasta because they say it's fattening or too much carbs. This is what you need to be eating. Protein pasta. I'm Italian, right? I've tried every single pasta in the world. I've tried the like those chickpea pastas. That shit's nasty as hell. I've tried some of those other veggie pastas. Nasty as hell. But this is the best pasta you can get. Best part is 10 grams of protein. I don't even know if you can see it. 10 grams of protein, and it doesn't give you that crazy crash or that bloated feeling. Highly recommended. Next time you go to use pasta or you go to eat pasta, look for this yellow box. And if you do, message me and tell me, you know what, Nick, that was fire. Thanks for that recommendation. Did you guys ever see this? Did you ever look at my one video about how to cut the pepper? If you remember, look, all the seeds in the pepper. I got yelled at saying that I was wasting too much pepper right there. But I'd rather waste that pepper than rather clean up seeds all over my damn cutting board. Alright, so next, why don't we switch it up and make some brownies or something sweet, something... Yeah, this isn't the healthiest of stream, right? You would eat the seed. You eat the seeds too, man? What are you, crazy? End up growing peppers out of your stomach. But actually, if you think about it, hot pepper seeds, where do you think they come from? The fucking seeds of a hot pepper. Shit. Alright, let me put these things away first. Now, this is metal or glass containers for the win. If you do the plastic containers when you're doing your meal prep, you taste it, you know? It doesn't work well. Just not at all. But let's see how many of these. You can see these are like way different sizes. I'm gonna try to bring this. Can I get one? I can only get one per. Nah, that's a waste of a container. Let's see if we can get two in here. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. But I don't know if I have. Oh yeah, I do have another one like that. So one good thing about like when you're doing meal prep is that obviously you open up and it's there. Sometimes people don't like meal prep because we eat green pepper seeds too. We don't grow ain't no trees. Where are you from? Where you eat the green pepper seeds at? Like where's that is that like a delicacy or is that like a topping or like the hell is that? It's green pepper seeds. I never heard of that. That's like sweet pepper seeds, not hot pepper seeds. I apologize if that is very loud and annoying. Oh, really? I never knew that. I never knew that. They eat. Now, what do you do with the seeds? Is it like sunflower seeds, like you just kind of casually eat them, or is it a more of a topping type of thing? So my breakfast burrito. Did you guys see how I did that? Start at a corner. Roll it up. One roll, flip, flip, roll it back. Perfect. Ah, I see, I see. That makes sense. Now, what's your favorite type of food? Are you a noodle? Do you like the meat? Are you vegetarian? What do you like the best? 'Cause I know in Asia they have so many different types of foods. Like some of the shit that I would be like, healthy food. Healthy food prep found to be annoying. Honestly, I'm same with you. But one like even the like what I'm making right here, I don't know what you normally make, but what I've started doing is doing these egg burritos. So like eggs, sausage. You can do turkey bacon, regular bacon, depending on where you're at. But these have saved my ass because this right here, 250 calories, and I'm also using these low carb flour tortillas. So if you think about it, there's only 2 carbs, net carbs. Now, that's a whole nother thing. Like the carbs and fiber, that's a whole nother story. That's a video in its own right. But essentially, I mean, this is like 200, and if you can do 4 of these and have that as your breakfast, I mean, you're ready to rock and roll. What'd you say about growing it from your stomach? Shit. That would be the secret. That's the $1 million. But if you think about it, that's how magical mushrooms are grown. Now, if you're still in here, what issues do you have with meal prep? Lunch, breakfast, dinner, all of it? Oh, shit, I still need one more. Lunch and dinner. When we can do breakfast. So lunch. What about? Actually, I'll show you. I'm actually about to make these right now. If I can move this the hell. What did I do with my fork? So something like, again, I'm gonna go back to the wraps because I always find that wraps are the most convenient and they really don't need a huge culinary degree to make, right? So something like these ones, right? So I'm using the sun-dried tomato basil. Do you like lunch meat? Do you like chicken? Are you turkey? What do you like? I'm gonna show you these ones right here. This is a turkey wrap with hummus, tomatoes, peppers, and onion. So let me show you. Not with my lunch meat. Well, the thing is like, even something like this, right? I don't know if you can see it, but this is, I don't even know if this is like backwards or not. But this is house roasted herb rub turkey breast. And Dietz and Watson. And if you look at the calories, right? 16 grams of protein, 80 calories. Come on now. You can't beat that. 16 grams of protein for 80 calories. So if you like turkey, this could be a good, or if you like lunch meats, say you really don't, but this is a good option to get you just some extra snacks in between the day. Now, a lot of times people think it's got to be a salad, it's got to be X, Y, and Z. You get 3 ounces of turkey in a wrap, and say you're on the go. This is a perfect meal for you. One of my clients plays in the NHL. This was his go-to lunch, was a midday turkey wrap. He would eat 3 of them. I would make these all day long. But essentially, it's because it's convenient, right? You can just grab it, go. How I like to do it too is use hummus. So again, adding that extra layer of 2 grams of protein. And that, it's a great, the thing is a lot of times we overthink meal prep too, right? Like we overthink it and we think we got to make it like real extravagant. But I mean, something as simple like this, because you got to think too, is like if you're doing meal prep, depending on if you're eating every 3 to 4 hours, you want something that's like 300 calories, right? So if you think something that's 300 calories every 3 to 4 hours, you're on, that'd be like a 2,000 calorie diet. And that's where we want to be, right? So you can see here, I do this 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon right here, right next to the turkey. And the reason I like doing this is because it helps seal it up. It's like almost like the glue that keeps it all together. Because many times when we do wraps, we don't, it's always just kind of like open face. It's just open. And then we don't really quite have it closed, and then it just scattered all over the place. But I'm going to do a little pepper. So slice. And this is thin sliced peppers. And the reason why I like using peppers, you could use lettuce. My client doesn't really like lettuce, so I don't put lettuce in here. But essentially, we're all texture eaters, right? So we need some sort of crunch. If you think of this is all kind of mushy or soft. So adding the pepper kind of gives it that crunch, gives it that little bit of flavor. And essentially there, what else would you do? Would you put onions? What else would you make with this? So if this is our basis, we have, see? So I'm all about teaching. I'm all about teaching on this channel. That's what we're here for. You never know. Some things, you look at lettuce and onion. See, I'm the same way. I'd go lettuce, onion, maybe a little bit of tomato, a little bit of pepper rings. But essentially, he doesn't like them. So, he doesn't like it, oh well. Now these, if you've ever seen these are some of my favorite tomatoes. Actually, I'm going to put them on here. So these are called the Twilights. You ever see this too? They always show you the person who picked your tomatoes. I don't know. I always feel weird about it. I'm like, I know it's their job, but like, I don't know. You want to meet her? It's like, there's literally a QR code that you could scan. I don't know. I'm going to leave that up here. If you want to meet this grower, you can scan that with your phone. I don't either. But I do want to use these tomatoes, so I appreciate you, and I thank you for putting your mug on the back of my tomatoes. That is wild. I didn't know they did that, to be honest. it's like actually kind of scary. It's like when you think about it, it's like, damn, that's like a kind of invasion of privacy. Or they're saying if you get sick off of these tomatoes, you know who to blame. You go and call what's her face? What's her name? How did I do with this? You get sick. You get the shits from these tomatoes. You call. Now it's some Mexican name that I am not about to pronounce and butcher right now. So, oh well. So here we go. So we got this. So we make it nice and easy, right? Flip it over, bada bing, roll it, and I like to seal it at the bottom here with a little bit of that hummus, and it stays. So perfect. We'll move this out of the way. And you could do it the opposite way too. I'll show you what it's like the opposite way. But I always like to fold all of the stuff that's in the middle. And then boom, boom. If I do it like this, sometimes you'll see that all of the hummus just kind of squirts out the side. And it like doesn't really, I mean it glues it, but it's like kind of sloppy. So I always start with this first and then roll it to the dry end. But always get your stuff like this. Roll it over, bring it back, and that's how you'll keep it tight. Fold the edge, fold the edge. Now we got lunch. And you could, I mean, technically you could use 2 of those. Oh, I still got that in the oven. And then there's that garlic bread. But we ain't done with this. It needs a little bit of green on top. Let me clean this up. Alright. So we will be. I know. I forgot about him. He didn't make the cut. Literally. So there you go. Like, see, now this is the best thing because you don't need to have individually wrap these. Put these in a Ziploc bag. Make sure all the air is out of them. And you can hold, these could stay just like this 4 days. I wouldn't really, 5 days max, but 4 days. You get the best buck for your, or best value, taste of your value. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. Alright, so now that we got that done, and just eat that, no sides. You could do a like a salad if you wanted to meal prep it like a little salad, or one of those efficient like salad in a bag things that you can buy at the store that kind of have all that shit already in there. That could be an option. But essentially, if you're on the road, you're on the go, you put one of those in your lunchbox or with you, take it off, and you're in the car, eat that, ready to go. Best thing is you got the carbohydrates from the wrap, you got the carbohydrates from the hummus, and then the protein and the fats from the turkey. I mean, it's literally a perfect mixture of macronutrients. Probably the healthiest thing I made all day today, and it's just a simple wrap. Let's show you. I'll tell you what, that garlic bread smells good, but it ain't the healthiest. And we move that over here. And you can see like this, and the thing is with turkey, I know a lot of times people with turkey gets a bad rap because of, like you said, it is dry as shit. But if you can have, hummus, you can have mustard, something, a condiment to spice it up a little bit, it makes it so much better. And I just started getting these. I don't know if anybody started drinking these little C4 blood orange, no sugar, zero sugar. I don't know if it's good for you. Probably isn't. But oh well, what are you gonna do? But I do need to clean this up a little bit. I have shit all over the place. So give me a minute to clean this stuff up. See, and this is why they go to commercial on those cooking channels. Because they get somebody to come in here and flip all this shit. Me, I gotta sit here and clean it myself. So let me know. What's the plant behind you? That is a spider plant. So if you look, let me show you. So if you look, this thing is 90 years old. Look at this thing. So it's a spider plant, and believe it or not, if you look back there, there's another one. And what's even crazier with these plants is they have babies. So you see all this? These are all babies to make new plants. Like I actually have 2 of these growing at my house that were just from here that are, no, I wouldn't say that big, but spider plants. Yeah, that's like an American type of thing that gets passed down through generations and whatnot. This thing is massive. Right? Like my client said it was her great-grandmother's. It started off as her great-grandmother's. Shit, I can't even get this back. There it is. Yeah, she said it started off as her great-grandmother's, and then her mother had it, and then she took care of it, and then now she has it. I'm like, I didn't even know that was a fucking thing, like, to be honest, but here we are. And it gets a good, nice backdrop, too. You know, it's like, perfect. Oh, I appreciate it. I really only started consistently uploading videos. Well, I've had a channel for like 3 years, but I didn't have a direction. I was just kind of uploading shit and seeing what sticks. But I figured, you know, cooking is my passion, helping people is my passion, and this is a business that I do in person in Pittsburgh. So why not be able to try to help people out? And my ankle videos are what got me a lot of subscribers because a lot of people dealt with the same thing. And, you know, I just want to try to show people that there is, you know, don't let the injury define you, right? I mean, I got 14 screws in my ankle. I got 2 plates. It hurts to stand. But the thing is I'm here doing the stuff that I like to do because I'm not letting that define who I am. So I like to come on live and be able to just kind of show a little bit more of my personality and who I am, because when I start doing scripted videos, it's hard to let your real personality out because you don't want to mess up. You know, you got to make it perfect for the video. And then I started saying, you know what, screw it. Let me start doing these live streams, and that's you know, I just said, let me get out here and just get myself into some uncomfortable positions to grow as a person. So how did it happen? Well, I'm a hockey player. Well, used to be, and I was on a breakaway 2.5 years ago. If you don't know what a breakaway is, it is one-on-one with the goalie. So I had the puck, and I'm one-on-one with the goalie. A guy from the other team behind me decided, well, he ain't getting that, and he did a slide tackle into my legs. If you're familiar with soccer, how they like slide, put the foot at you. You don't do that in hockey, ever, like, ever. Yeah, and he broke my ankle, trimalleolar fracture, snapped my ankle in half, and I was going full speed, and he hit me from behind, and I just went right down, right into my face. Nice concussion, broken ankle, and it was in the first 5 minutes of the game. So, yeah, fucking sucks. I would love to get back. I mean, I can't run anymore. I just started kicking the bag. It's like, you know, it's whatever, but it's like, I appreciate it. You know what? I did. I actually ordered some of it. I'm waiting for it to come in from Amazon right now. I'm looking forward to that because after our conversation, my ankle is broken. Hey, Susan, what's cracking? How we doing today? Cosmin DS. Susan, you see that too? Cosmin DS is a supplement, a highly recommended one from Petrucci, going through the same shit we all are, and I actually ordered it. So I'm taking your recommendation. If it's poison, if you don't see me doing these live streams on Friday anymore, Petrucci killed me with his supplement recommendation. So I'll blame you. It's on video. and it's on. It's all on video now. It's all on you. No, I'm looking forward to that. I'll have to look at the arthritis thing, because I'll tell you what. Right now, I'm working with what's that shit? It's what is it? It's a I was looking at the active ingredient, but it is a specific active ingredient for like arthritis, because we're all gonna get osteoarthritis. It's like an active ingredient that help that. And I just had a horror story. I was with a new client yesterday who suffered a trimalleolar ankle fracture, and his foot is completely. You know what? I'm due for an X-ray, but I was just working with this guy, and he hasn't done any PT for his ankle in a year and a half. And he reached out to me and said, "Nick, I've been watching your videos. I'm local. Can you see what's going on?" I saw him yesterday. His ankle is black and blue. Like his toes are black and blue. His whole side of his ankle, black and blue. And I'm like, dude, you done anything? Like any exercises, any bands, anything? He's like, "Oh, I don't think that any of that stuff works." I said, "Bro, how do you think I'm able to do a single leg squat with my leg from PT?" So I had to snap them, I had to crack them, and no, ever. The problem is, he didn't tell me this, is that he's bow-legged. So his knees, bring this up to the side. His knees are out to the side. So when he walks, he's putting so much stress. So when he's walking, we walk normal like this. He walks out like this normally. So all of this pressure is right here. He never got blood flow to his toes. He's like, "They're numb. You got to do something." So sure enough, I'm snapping him, I'm cracking him, I'm bending his big toe, I'm pushing his arm back, I'm doing the stretches, and he's gonna need knee surgery. Like really, like he was putting so much stress on his lateral side of his knee. Well, the problem is, he said he went to go see 3 doctors, and he yelled at all 3 of them, saying that they all messed up his surgery. Dude, it's you. You're not doing the right things, and it's so hard for me to say that to people when they reach out for me and looking for help, because 9 times out of 10, it's the person in the mirror that needs to do the work, right? And even for me sometimes, right? I know if I want to grow as a business, if I want to grow on YouTube, if I want to grow on these things, I gotta make the videos. I gotta put in the work. I can't just expect you guys to find me. You know what I mean? Like, if you want anything in life, you gotta put the work in. And if your ankle's hurting, go get the damn help. Like you said, yeah, there's no reason you can't miss PT. I just had this discussion with my dad. He was in a year ago. Actually, it was about a year ago. He was in a severe motorcycle accident. He was going up a hill, and somebody just crashed into him. He flew over the handlebars, and he broke his pelvis, broke both of his legs, broke his ankle. He should be dead. But he's an old, thick-headed Italian guy. He didn't do any PT, and he texts me, calls me, "Nick, I'm in pain, blah 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 blah." I'm like, fuck, man, you're not very popular tonight. I don't do motorcycles. Motorcycles, no, because the thing is it's not about you driving the motorcycle. It's the people around you that don't see you. That people around you, like, it might be fun to be all out in the air, but too much risk. Too many people out there that don't know what the hell they're doing. Too many people out there that don't know how to drive. And that's the worst part. You get those, and that's essentially what happened to him. He was at night going up the hill. Somebody was making a turn, and at the stop sign, just kind of went through the turn and just smacked right into him. But yeah, he didn't do any PT. And that, honestly, that's exactly what it was. It was an 18-year-old kid who was on his way to work. I didn't see him. That's what the police report says. You didn't stop at the stop sign. Do your job. You know, like you have one job, that stop sign. You drive up there and left, right, left. Okay, you go. Sometimes I wonder, how do people get? For me, I used to play. I played video games. I was playing Grand Theft Auto, playing all these GTA. I'm playing these games. I knew how to drive when I was like 12. Like let's be real. I'm 34. I didn't get my license. When did you guys get your license? I got my license when I was 18. I was like, I'm not doing a 16-year-old drive. Let me wait till I'm 18 to get a license in a car. I probably should get back to cooking something. You guys like smashed potatoes? Not mashed potatoes, but like smashed potatoes? Use these little small buggers, these little petites, the petite gold. But if you ever do them, if you're ever making potatoes, you have to boil them. Well, maybe you know this, but cold water, never hot water. And the reason is because of the starch. If you put hot water and you dump these potatoes in there and it's hot water, the starches and the sugars start to break down. Honestly, by that time, I think we'll all have chips in our heads and we won't even be, like a real, let's hope. We can only hope. Because I'll tell you what, it's gonna happen. It's gonna affect all of us. And the thing is like, I don't know if it's because I've been upping up my exercise routine or whatnot, but my ankle has been very sore. Like, worse than it's probably ever been in the last 6 months. And I don't know if it's, again, just me doing more activity or it's breaking down. I hope it's just because I've been doing more and I just need to take a rest, but like right now it is like that type of throb right at the bottom of it. That's probably swollen too. Problem is I got that cyclops that sticks out the side of my leg, and that is always throbbing. It's like my third heartbeat. Oh wow, yeah. I was watching that sore video. We're screwed. Simple. Thing is they showed that one example of what was it, San Francisco in the gold mining days. I was like, how the hell they do this? Actually, I don't think the hardware removal is a good idea. Reason being is because if you get that hardware removal in there, or if you have the hardware in there, it's in there, right? You already did your one surgery. You get it removed, now they have to cut you back open. They got to get you back in there, and I feel like there's just more room for shit to happen wrong. Whether it be infection, whether it be, maybe he messes up or drops something in there. I feel like you put it in there, I'm with it. They actually said that, I was reading that, they said that drone pilots are going to be pretty much out of a business or out of a job. The muscles is too big for you. That's what they said, but I was like, I don't know. That cyclops, that plate is, but it's like my extra heartbeat. I don't want it. I don't want that. I don't need that. That shit hurts. And it prevents me from doing things. That's Sora stuff, man. That is crazy. That is, I'm just thinking about that. So many people are going to be out of a job. So many people are going to be out of business. If you think about it, But there's one thing I have with AI that, like one real big gripe. So, and you could see if you think about this the same way, is when I was using it, like when it first came out, I was like, oh, this is great. You know, you're gonna get all these great ideas. You're gonna get all these different types of thoughts. But what you don't realize is that if you're letting AI do all of the stuff thinking for you, all the creative thinking for you, you never really have that creative thought in your head anymore. Think about it like this. When the cell phones first came out, or before the cell phones came out, everybody knew their phone numbers, like different types of phone numbers. You knew your mom's phone number, you knew your aunt's phone number, you knew your neighbor's phone number down the street, you knew like a million phone numbers. But as soon as that cell phone came out, there was no reason for you to remember any cell phone numbers. Same thing with AI. If AI is making all your creative decisions for you, why do you have to have a creative mind in your head to pull out that thought whenever you could just go to AI? So every time people are going to be thinking that they have like this creative thought, they're always going to stop, go to AI, reaffirm it, and then say, hey, you know, this is it. It's gonna be a scary world, because I don't think many people see that. We're going to be losing the creative function. Yeah, well, really, that's really what it is. And like because I started feeling that. Like I'd be like, all right, you know, I'm thinking about this. How do I do this? This is my avatar. How do I make content for this person? Give me content ideas. And I realized I was actually pulling. It was actually doing worse for me, because it was pulling out all my energy to put into these prompts rather than actually coming up with a creative decision. And then once I stopped doing that and I just started making content based upon what I thought was creative, my Instagram started getting views, you know, and like my YouTube started getting views, you know, and it's like, is that what was it, or was it just luck? Who knows? But something to consider, right? That AI, if you're using it all the time, you're not going to have any decision-making the skills anymore. You're going to be cognitively dull. And then the world's going to go crazy, because everybody's going to be with their Vision Pros on and then going nuts. It's like, it's nuts. Right? Honestly, that's why I hate using AI art, because my dad was an artist, but I know a lot of people who are artists, and that graphic design takes time and effort and skill. Now you could just go to ChatGPT, make me a picture of a guy cooking with a pirate's hat on, with a black shirt, and you know, next thing you know, boom, here's this person, and it's not me, but essentially it's like, damn, that would have took you a long time to develop and draw. But I mean, thing is it's the world we live in, right? It's creation. If we're not advancing, we're declining, and it's a weird thing, because it's like you want to see that, but you also, on the other aspect, you don't want to see that, because then we know, like you said, it's going to be a dark world. It'll be a very dark world. Susan, I appreciate you. Also, I'm going to be doing one of these days here, since we finally made it past 1,000, as I'm playing with this butter. What am I doing with this butter? But we made it past 1,000 subscribers. I never thought in my life I'd get 1,000 subscribers doing some of the stuff. So I want to do a little giveaway for all of you guys. I'm still trying to finalize the details. I don't want to be like giving out giveaways of like, here's my coaching services, you know, like, come on now. But I want to think of like some prizes. I mean, I do, you know, my own cutting boards. Maybe this could be a grand prize. I got like 3 extra ones that I have. Just a thought, you know, just a thought out there. I don't know how I'll deliver it to somebody, but I guess the mail. Fuck it, why not, right? Get it in the mail. But these are solid maple cutting boards. So yeah, maybe, you know what, if I'm talking about it, maybe I'll put one of these on a giveaway. Yeah. But essentially, bro, I do want a garlic. Alright, so I'll give away my garlic butter. And so it will be a 1 pint of garlic butter, completely frozen, sent to your. Actually, I think I could get away with that. I would have to blast freeze it and then keep it in dry ice. You know what? That actually might be a good idea. I hope you post the Isle of Wight, England. I think I could get there. We might be able to get there. But I'll tell you what, though, Susan, if that's where you're from, the Isle of Wight, you guys have the best concerts ever. Ever. I can't tell you how many times I watched that. The Doors, Isle of Wight, Jimi Hendrix, Isle of Wight. Even now, modern shows, the Isle of Wight. I mean, everything. The Isle of Wight. Like, I gotta get my ass over there. Is it all hyped up? Is it what it looks like on the festivals, or is it kind of dull? But then again, I think like Scotland and Pittsburgh are really, or England. Is it Scotland, England? I forget. I don't know. But it's very similar in temperature and environment, right? Like here in Pittsburgh, gray, clouds, rain, sunshine, 20 days out of the year. And I feel like it's the same way over there too. I've been telling myself I gotta clean this up for like 20 minutes, but then I get on a rant. So let me clean this up. Actually, where's this lid? Wow, that ain't it. Yeah, that's it. Get that Cyclops over here. I'm definitely planning on it. No, I really want to. What's that one festival it's like one of the biggest ones in England. Glastonbury. That's the one I need to go to. That is a bucket list place if I've ever known it. Queens of the Stone Age, Royal Blood, they had Massive Attack over there. I mean, they had all the good bands. And then maybe I might be able to meet Banksy. Do we know who that is? Have we found that out yet? Like, do we know who that artist is yet? Like, is that still a mystery? Because I'm curious, because I need to know. I even got one of his, I don't know if you've ever seen on one of my videos, but my Beatles pictures that I have in the back, I got the one picture that he did as a print, was the Beatles with the bandana over their face. I thought it was hard. I was like, I got to take this. Yeah, because I've been wondering that. He did that Netflix series, and I was wondering, is he still out there spray painting and doing all the crazy shit? Because I remember, like, right when social media was getting big or becoming a thing, you couldn't go anywhere without seeing a Banksy, spray paint mural on the side of the wall in England or whatnot. And the thing is, I wonder if people like that over there, because he's really, it's graffiti, but it's also art, I mean, it's like, always wondered how they thought of it over there. Like, do you want Banksy to come and spray paint on your house? I mean, now you get all these influx of people coming over there. Who knows? Now, how are we feeling today? Are you feeling good? How's the ankle? How's the foot? How's the rehab? How's the mobility? How's life? Talk to me. Did you see my new friend over here too? She helped with the tomatoes. What a wonderful woman. Perfect. Perfect size. Okay, so now we have. I kind of like want to eat this.
Oh, what's I missed it. I missed it. I was looking. What did it say? That's definitely a big thing. Oh, okay, it is a big thing. I remember when I was on the crutches and couldn't cook or shower. That was absolute hell. Oh my gosh. Bird bath with a. Oh my gosh. Now you're giving me PTSD. Holy shit. I had my girlfriend bird bath me. And you know how embarrassing that was? I was like, fuck. But I tell you, that first time I got in the shower, I had my leg hanging out the side. It was like this. I mean, it felt great. I was like, ah. I was like, fuck. I'll tell you what, my right leg got real strong out of all that. My left leg is still trying to get back, but I mean, that was right. That's where I'm in the same boat. Petrucci is probably in the same boat too. There's days where it's like, this is great, and then there's days where it's fucking hell. And then there's days where it's like, damn, do I even have an ankle injury? And then there's days where it's like, oh, I can't even take a step. Sucks. Nobody told me it was going to be like that. Ever. Wax paper. What did am I losing my mind? Now, how many weeks are we out? Do you have, are you many weeks out of surgery, or? Oh, here it is. Mm-hmm. That's honestly that is the honest to God truth.
He's for about 10 minutes.
He'll be ready to eat?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Let's get to it. So now I get to actually cook some food. All right, so it's the scallop. It is the scallop shrimp scampi, but scallops instead. You ready for this? So let's get it going. Let me show you, because my client is in there and I gotta cook him food. So, and throw this out because it got warm. Shit. Now, do you like scallops? Do you like seafood? And the trick with these is you got, damn this thing. But if you ever make scallops, you always got to rip this off. Because that is the muscle that helps the scallop open up its shell. Sometimes they remove them for you, other times they don't. Like this, you gotta rip that off. Yeah, nasty. I don't like these at all, but people love them, so whatever. So let's show you how I make it. Let me bring you over here. There's my man's one lonely piece of garlic bread that I never ate. I apologize. So let's bring that pan. So first things first, with a scampi sauce, it is olive oil, garlic, wine, butter, all that good stuff. So let's get the pan hot. cheap white wine. No. Cheap white wine. My olive oil. My garlic. And so with these scallops, I'm just going to give them a little bit of salt and pepper. All right. So we will need 2 or 1 tablespoon of butter. So we'll melt that down. So we'll do a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil, and the same type of milk. No, I'm just kind of pouring it in there. I also like doing a little bit of oregano. And then we're going to throw some garlic. I love garlic, so I'm not even measuring it. But it's not even for me. But essentially what I want to do is sweat that garlic into the butter and olive oil. So I can turn that temperature down. Let that kind of come together a little bit. And we got this white wine. It's important that you see I got this garlic, olive oil, butter thing melting together. Just so we don't get too drunk. Actually, yeah, a little too expensive. Like $27 a pound expensive. Half a cup of white wine. Like for instance, let me show you. These 6 were like $13. Little expensive. Realize I got 2 of these energy drinks. Losing my mind. So we got that cooking for a minute. Let's throw this white wine. And we're gonna let that reduce. Do a little bit of salt in there. A little bit of crushed red pepper flakes. Just for a little bit of spice. Let that reduce for probably, what's that in pounds sterling, do you know? What the hell is that? What is $14, $15? What's $1 US in pounds sterling? Is that I'm just giving myself a garlic facial while I'm looking at this. I'm throwing a little tomato in there just because they were there. Shit, no, I better have parsley. I do. Look at that. Look at that bunch. Alright, so I got some parsley chopped up, cooking this a little bit, reducing this a little bit more so it gets a little thicker. You can still see how that's really viscous, right? Still, it's not quite there, but it's also a good time to cook the scallops. So if you remember with scallops, right, you only cook them on one side at a time. Now with this, I'm not going to get a good sear because I am cooking it in a liquid, but essentially you're doing something different to the scallops, right? You're getting all that flavor of the garlic and the butter into the scallops, sacrificing the sear. Now I can take this out and probably sear it, but I'm trying something different. 8:45. So what, it's 4 hours difference? Now, what do you put in your casserole? I need some tips for you. I made those burritos from the last live stream, put them in the freezer, and it took me 45 minutes to heat up in the oven. So I have to adjust that recipe because it took way too fucking long. Maybe I have to microwave it. I don't know, but it was a lot. It was a lot. Let's add a little bit of this. What the hell? Now my Bluetooth was off on my phone. It started yelling at me. So I'm throwing a little bit of the. So I like this garlic herb seasoning, this little cheater seasoning. This stuff's really good. I don't know if you get it over there overseas, but really good seasoning over here. What did I do with my tongs? Yeah, those aren't even near being seared. Let me move this to the back. We'll try to heat up that pan and give them a nice sear because for some reason that's just driving me crazy. Chicken thigh, green pepper, potato, white onion, garlic, veggie. Damn, making me hungry. But the thing is, the chicken thighs. Are you a chicken thigh person over chicken breast? People are like, when they're like, "Oh, I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm only eating chicken breast." It's like the chicken thigh is tastier, and it's a little bit more calories, but like, let's be real, chicken breast gets dry quick. So, let's see if we can get a sear on this. So I'm going to throw some lemon and parsley in here. I said I was going to do something different, but then I realized, you know what? Bad habits. Let that sear for a little bit. But instead, we're going to use, that was awesome.
So lemon zest. A little bit of lemon zest. And then I'm going to use, this is a seedless lemon nowadays. Don't even got to worry about the seeds, which is always the worst thing about squeezing fresh lemon, is that the damn seeds go everywhere. Yeah. There we go. Get a little sear on here. Oh, we're cooking with grease or butter. And so that's a simple sauce to make, right? That scampi sauce. Now you just bring that off to the side or off the heat, and it will emulsify a little bit. Three, two, one. Could go a little longer, but I had them cooking in here, so I'm like, I don't want to overcook them. So let me put them back in here, get that juice. We got a man on the run. And let's get some garlic bread in here. And let's start plating. Let me bring you. Hey, oh yeah, I play my guitars real often. Actually just really started playing it again. So I have a Gibson semi ES, I forget exactly what it was, but it's a semi hollow body, and that sound is just amazing. And I kind of got away from playing it for no particular reason, just maybe busy, actually just because. But I just started playing it again, and it's weird with guitar because, like, I don't know if you ever go through the stages if you play yourself, is that you can pick it up and just be like, okay. But sometimes when you pick it up, you're like, damn, my fingers are like getting into these shapes a little bit differently. I could do a C, I could do a G, I could do this power chord. What the hell's going on? Me, I always played cover songs, so it was never really a. I mean, I have a couple original songs, but it was always more find my favorite band, play their songs, and just have fun with it. But I was surprised. I picked it up and was like, damn, I'm actually still somewhat decent. And when I say that, I mean I can read a guitar tab. Let me take a little IG picture for this. Put that one on the Instagram. If you ever, I don't know if you ever followed me on the IG, but I always do more. I've been trying to grow that as well. There's two social medias I'm really trying to grow, which is completely two different people, avatars, really. It's, let me bring this over here so you can see this. So how we plate this is to make sure it's the scallops first. Ooh. Ooh. That's shit. Alright, well. Usually you like to always plate odd, because your mind picks up odd plating. If you ever notice that, whenever you go to like a fancy restaurant, it's always odd. It's like 3 things with 4, 5 things on something else, just because our eyes visually pick up on that.
stir this, and we just kind of pour this right on top of it. And essentially, I'm just trying to fill this bottom part of the plate. Throw some extra garlic in there. Clean up the edges. Make it look nice. Look at that. Scallops. Scallops El Scampi. Actually, you know what? Let me do a little fresh lemon on top. Why not? And then now I'll take my final picture with all this shit in the middle of it. Look at that. Now let me go get the person. All right, you ready to rock and roll? All right, let me wait for this bread.
Smells good. What'd you make?
So I made him a scallop scampi.
Oh, that looks really good.
So I like making when I do shrimp scampi. You know, garlic, olive oil, butter, all that good stuff. Dang, what's up? So I was like, hey, shrimp's on sale. He goes, okay, what about scallops? So what about them? Actually, I've never done a scallop scampi, but why not? So
Oh,
it looks good. Looks like it turned out well. And ready to rock and roll. And just wash because it is a little, it is olive oil, butter, white wine sauce. So it might be a little drip off before. But that's also why we got the garlic bread, right? To soak all that good stuff up. Perfect. All right. We had scallop scampi. Piece of base on cruise ships. Does he really? Isn't that how the Beatles got started? As playing on cruise ships? That's how they got so good. Damn it. Find him out. Oh, I guess look, I can fit 2 of these in here. That's cute. So these are the breakfast burritos. Look at that, you can get 2 of them per thing. Now, do you play any instruments? I thought I had 4. Oh well. Guess these are. I know I made more than this. I made like 6 of these. Oh well. We got the scallop scampi. Garlic, butter, all the good stuff. And I was looking, I was like, they had all these. The grocery bill went a little high this week because they had all these sales. Everything was on sale, and it was like the shrimp that's usually $20 a bag frozen was $9.99. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, you really can't not, especially when it's that big of a deal. It's like, yep, I will be taking that.
All right. So let's get to. Let me clean this up.
So I see you didn't get through that steak. So I see you didn't get to that steak the other day. So that was that one and done. Gave it a shot. That's more effort than I'd probably do on some other things. How do you feel though? Do you feel good? Really? That's because you would be the first one to know. Like my energy's not here. Like I feel like shit. Like it's just not there. What's going on with my iron? Makes no sense.
So now I got all of this stuff. Like if you look, I got the chicken, I got the wraps. I guess I could throw this away. Turkey, chicken, we got the wraps. Now this is something too. These out because these are trash. Oh! There we go. What happened? There it is. So what are we doing now? This thing is just yelling. Clean all this stuff out. All of this stuff is getting up, check it up. But all right, Susan, hey, have a good one. I'm about to close this down anyways because cooked everything. So thank you. You're the best. I appreciate you for everything, engagement, all the good stuff. So I'll see you on the next one. Actually, I got a video coming out today or tomorrow about the first time me walking. It's like more of a extension of the one that most people found this channel from. So awesome. You're the best. I'll see you next time.